Hello, Justin Lero. Gonna briefly go through Unit 2 discussion. So we're gonna answer some questions like what is communication management and how does it apply to project management? Well, communication management is an essential tool a project manager can use to ensure vital information is properly handled and forwarded to project individuals, executives, teams, or stakeholders. Communication management provides the vital project integrity required to provide an information lifeline among the members of the project team. This data must flow upward, downward, laterally, and within the organization. What are some of the variables to consider? Well, depending on the scope and urgency of the project, the schedule can become a variable as to when the project manager receives critical information and how to decipher it, when to pass this information along, and to the specific members that need the information. Along with this information, we need to consider when key members can be available for meetings in which the information can be given out. If a meeting is required, we have to consider the media that is available in the event that a member can't be at the meeting. We could use the email updates, phone conferencing, or even screen sharing. We need to consider the information that's required for each member, such as the information they want, need, or would be required to use to accomplish a task. What is the methods to run a meeting? Well, some best methods is we need to prepare and ensure we have all the proper information that is vital to the purpose of the meeting. So the purpose, we need to identify that, what we, the team, are trying to accomplish. We need to provide maybe reports, charts, or plans. Bring a visual aid that will successfully help convey the information. We also need to identify our participants, the key participants that need the information, maybe even send out an agenda. Just simple items that we can do to make sure that all the participants understand up front why they are there and what key things they need to take away from the meeting. So what is a information blocker or communication blocker? It's an agent that breaks down the communication between the members. Not only can a project or a blocker be poor team interaction, blockers can be environmental factors and even technology factors. Even the project manager can be a factor if they don't fully understand the communication method. How do communication blocker lead to a non-optimal outcome? Well, many aspects of the project can be affected by blockers. Misinformation can cause delay in the project, additional costs, scope creep, or even budget overrun. So what is the best method to communicate with the project team? Well, we need to understand the purpose of the team, understand how each member effectively receives the information they require. The project manager is responsible to ensure that each team or even the individual members understand their role and that the project manager disseminates the information in a way that they properly understand. Methods of communication can include the verbal, electronic, via phone, email, or even conference call. So what is the best way to discuss issues with a project team? Well, we need to listen. We need to make sure we understand the issue fully. Bring the team together. Allow each member to present their argument. Fairly allow them time to give their issue. Then decide. In order to maintain the project schedule and budget, all options must be presented in a way that the right decision or an informed decision can be made. How does a project manager determine the best method for praise and discipline? Well, a study found that employees who receive praise on a regular basis increase their individual productivity, receive higher loyalty and satisfaction scores from customers, and are more likely to stay with their organization longer, according to Schwantes in 2017. Rewards and punishment are not to be taken lightly. Sometimes we can verbally encourage our team members on a day-to-day basis by just acting as a grateful project manager and being polite. I have found that many team members are more susceptible if I often act with gratitude when a small but even significant task is accomplished. However, we have to remember that we just cannot give out praise for somebody simply doing their job, but it's important they know they're doing it well. Discipline for negligent actions can be verbal or written, maybe one accompanying the other. Sometimes during a meeting, it might be important that the example be made in front of the team so they know what is expected of them. Not to embarrass anybody, but to enforce that there are procedures and steps to be taken to ensure project success. Thanks.